All right, pal. Let's talk about Arsenal Liverpool. 1-1. Thoughts on the game? Just before I get your thoughts, I just want to say, given the circumstances, um, away to the league leaders, and how we've been playing, I thought it was a fantastic point. What are your thoughts?
I know you're going to say that, and I know we disagree on this because we've already discussed it. Because I'm not happy with it at all. Not because I agree with everything you're saying. I can see all that, but they were there for the taking. They sat back in the second half. They were just so passive and just let us play. We never even how in did we even test Raya once? Oh, by the way, just before we go any further, have you noticed Arsenal have hired Thomas Grunemark? The throwing coach.
The throwing coach, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
oh,
know
yeah,
that. No.
no. They've just hired him. Hey, talk about doubling down on your set pieces, eh?
Yeah, that's
Fucking
a
hell.
good point, actually. Yeah. Didn't we hire him?
Yeah, we had him up until 2023.
Yeah, that's right. I remember. Wow.
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, look at Joe Gomez's long throw we discovered, and then never used it. Used it once, scored a goal, never saw it again. What the fuck was that all about? I mean, yeah, unreal. I really don't get that one. But yeah, yeah. Sorry, I just thought that was people might not have
No, it's a
realised.
fair point, mate. Yeah, fair
Yeah,
point.
but yeah, I just thought the way they sat back and just let us play. I mean, they were making no attempt to take the game to us. They were once again just like at Anfield. They were just happy to sit there and just say, "Well, come on, try and score," and we just couldn't.
But we had no out ball. We had no forwards on the pitch. I mean, we had Gakpo, but we had no forwards on the pitch. We had no.
Sorry, we make Elise, Live Beard 31 or whatever he is on the site. He sent
Yeah,
me a meme earlier on, and it was when the meme was when you're dying in hospital and they tell you that there's a Liverpool star coming to see you, and then it turns out to be Gakpo, and he's jumping up and screaming no like that. And I just
he'd
thought
rather
that's you.
die.
Yeah,
He'd
that's
rather
you.
die.
That's you. Where it's just like no. Anybody but Gakpo, yeah, that's you, isn't it? Let's be
He
honest.
listen. Let's move on. I mean, we had no, we had no. As I said, we were decimated by
Mm,
injuries. Nobody wanted to play that killer pass. That, like you said, they were there for the
mm.
taking. One killer pass, um, and it was. Let's face it, it was a frigging horrible weather as well.
Awful
Awful
game.
weather to play football in.
Oh.
So listen, everything. I thought it was an excellent point, to be honest with you, especially after the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why people are saying that, but for me, I just think when you've got them there on the rack and then you don't go and do anything about it, because we didn't even try. We were as bad
But
as
I
them. We
don't.
were just sitting and we were just passing it back and round and then back and round and back and round and back and round. It's like, no, take a shot, somebody.
But I don't think we had the. Um, we couldn't take that initiative, but we didn't have the brains to do it. Who there would have who where was the movement? All right, so
Yeah, but
Wirtz is the one
mm,
that plays the through balls in, but no movement.
mm.
That's been a theme throughout the season.
Well, yeah, but that's why I'm still that's why I'm angry about because it's still the same shite we've been watching all season. So it doesn't make the point seem any better. I mean, they played a lot better, yeah, but
Yeah.
why don't they play like that every week? Why is it only they turn up? Well, why do they only turn up for the big games? That's a problem. There's clearly a mentality problem there, and they're not being motivated properly. That's for me, that's on the coach. You've got to say there's problems there, there's issues, and he's not fixing them. It just feels like the same old, same old. We can turn up when we feel like it. So where is it the rest of the season?
What did you make of the goals? There weren't any.
I
I
know.
thought
That's what I was thinking.
I
I just,
started with
I,
saying, didn't
well,
you pick it up when I
yeah,
said
I did
1-1?
think. Do you know why I did? It's because I've just been to a game, remember? So I've just literally got in
Yeah.
from one. So I was I was thinking, shit, I don't remember there being any goals in that game. But I've just been to a game. Obviously, my head's getting mixed up, right? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I was thinking,
So I agree with you. No chances were made. I don't think the
oh,
Bradley lob was a chance. I just think that was it just went to it. We didn't fashion that as an
mm,
opportunity. We've got to talk about the Bradley incident with
yeah.
Martinelli and the subsequent injury to Bradley, who's now is come out today. He's out for the season.
What about the other? There's one other that I think hasn't got enough traction and should have been the kick on Kirkes by Saka. Why is that not a red? He's kicked him in. He's kicked him here in the guts. The ball's on the floor. He's not kicking it at the ball. He's made no attempt to kick the ball, but because it's golden bollocks,
Yeah.
the golden boy, you're not allowed to talk about him being. He had to go off for that. It's violent conduct. He's made no attempt. He's petulant and petty. It's just he's just kicked him in the guts. There's no attempt to do anything other than kick another opposing player. That's a red card all day long.
You remember Mane's red card against, I think, the goalkeeper of City that time? That was
Yes.
less.
Well, there was nothing
That
in it.
was what's that?
Well, yes, definitely.
The keeper. The keeper. He went. What's the keeper's name? City's keeper.
Edison, it was then.
Edison. That's right. Yeah, on Edison. Saka's tackle on Kirkes was worse than Mane's tackle on Edison, and he got a red for it.
Yeah, far worse. I don't.
I
Why is nobody talking about it though? I mean, but it was far worse than any other challenge in the game.
talking about no, I agree. And talking about challenges, I thought that was a nailed on red when Wirtz got clattered into in the box. It was a penalty. Sorry, not a red, a penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think it was a red.
Yeah. It was definitely
Yeah, was.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
100% penalty. VR had a horrible day, absolutely horrible night.
I don't know what they were watching because he's made no attempt to play the ball. He's just charged into the player. That's a foul.
Yeah,
He's not shoulder charged him. He's just charged him. There's a big difference. It's not like shoulder to shoulder. He's just literally charged into him.
yeah,
That's a penalty for me. Yeah.
absolutely. Give us your thoughts on the Martinelli incident with Bradley.
Yeah. See, I mean, it was stupid. It was just thoughtless. He's thinking that Bradley's trying to time waste and that. I mean, we can understand it from an Arsenal point of view because they're trained to do that. So they're bound to assume everyone else is doing it. But like you can't go dropping the ball on him faced off. That I don't understand why that's not getting more of a. That's got to be at least a booking. That has. Then
Yeah.
he's kneed him in the side and started trying to push him with his leg. That's nasty enough. But then after that as well to then try and pick him up and move him. I mean, you.
Do you know my chagrin, Tristan? To be honest with you, I think I may have mentioned it. I'm not sure if I mentioned it to you or not, but my chagrin is where's the teammates backing him up? He's on the floor, right, injured, season-ending injury. Where's his teammates?
They were very
I
slow
mean,
to react.
do you remember? I mean, Canate thinks every situation's a joke, right? And you imagine Souness and Jimmy Case. What would be what would happen?
Yeah, so.
McMahon, Steve McMahon. What would Steve McMahon? How would Steve McMahon
Well, let's
react?
be honest, Martinelli wouldn't have done it if there'd have been a Souness there.
Good point. Yeah.
He would, he would never have had the balls to do anything if there'd have been a
Yeah.
Souness or especially Case. He was freaking nails him. Hard to
Hard
rock
case.
him. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Bradley's injury leaves us weak. Obviously, you think we'll go into the transfer market eventually, or you think we'll
We just
summertime?
seem to be pissing about again. Yeah, it's starting to look like we're not going to end up doing anything. I mean, Semenyo was there on a platter, all set. Wanted to, he's happy to join us, all keen on it, and then we do nothing. What's
A
that all
go
about?
a golden assist on his debut.
Mm,
I think they're just keeping their powder dry for the summer, to be honest, and just going big in the summer again.
yeah, but we need it now. We need a
Yeah.
centre back now, and we need a right back now. Not in the summer. We need them now. We needed them last summer. We needed a centre back, and we never bought a right. We needed a right back to replace Trent, and we bought a winger instead. You know, it's like we needed them. Now it's here. Now it's already 6 months too late. Why not get
So
them now?
what would you give the transfer summer transfer window out of if you were to rate it A, B, C, D, A? I don't know. I'd give that probably a C, to be honest with you.
No, I still wouldn't because you can't do everything at once. I get that you can't do everything at once, and what we did was we brought in the best players we could for the best players available that we could. We need it, you the only thing that let it down for me was not completing on Guay. We should have done that. And I know we missed out on a couple of other young centre backs, but like they were only intended to be backup. So it shouldn't have been as important as it's turned out to be. Obviously, you can't know that at the time. So I can understand them falling through. Guay one is a big miss. That's a huge mistake, and that is letting down. But at the end of the day, you just can't buy every single player you need every single window. It is a tough one, and we spent a huge amount of money on buying the best players. The other thing I didn't like about it is we bought them for top dollar. Every single player we paid full price for. There wasn't one that there wasn't one where we managed to get the price knocked down, which is a
Yeah,
big worry. I mean, surely he should have been able to get a discount on one of them. But he
yeah,
didn't. Every single one we paid through the nose for.
yeah. Let's go back to the match for a second. I thought for me the man of the match performances by Frimpong and Gravy.
Hmm.
They both were excellent.
Hmm.
Now, is that because McAllister showed a glimpse of form, and he was better than he was in normally is? But Gravy was excellent. Frimpong was a massive outlet. With that counter-attacking side we put out, we needed pace, and he has that in droves.
Hmm. Yeah, he was the one player that actually attacked them and drove at them and tried
Yeah,
to. If only he'd shot when he was clean through.
but I can understand why he didn't. You know, he's a very unselfish player, right? Number two,
I couldn't
he's
know his
getting
screaming shoot.
yeah, he's still getting to grips with the new. You know, it's a new style of football he's playing. It's a new teammates. Listen, I honestly, given time, I think he'll do a job for us for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah, he's an excellent cover. He's excellent because he can play right back, right wing. He can cover both. You can go to a back three and play him at right wing back. He can play in midfield as well.
And
So
he's great to have around the club. You know, he's
and
very positive character. Yeah, that
yeah, he's lovely. He's just come across really well.
right, mate. So
Do you not
10
think?
match.
Sorry, I was just going to say, do you not
No,
think
go.
Gravenberch was good because in the second half, in particular, because Arsenal just sat back and let him have the ball?
Yeah, but
At times they
yes,
did try and close him down, not in the first half, but in the second half they just sat back and they were just letting us try. So every player had a better game because they
because they had
weren't up
time.
against anything. Yeah, it's easy to
Yeah,
look good when you got time and space. It's when you haven't that it's
but
difficult.
I think Gravy needed that because he's had compared to last season,
Hmm.
it's been chalk and cheese,
Oh yeah.
and he needed that game. I think to give for his confidence.
Hmm. I just like to see him sit back a bit deeper. Every time, if you watch it, it's
Yeah,
McAllister that's always the one that's last man, and it's like of all the players you want in a defensive situation
yeah.
out of our midfield, he'd be the third of the three every time. Whichever three are playing, he's number three of them that you'd want back on his own. He's the
And,
last one every time.
and when he is there, he's fiddling with his hair anyway, so it
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
in
They're
fact,
gonna
no,
go through.
he'd be fourth because even if Bates was there, I'd rather he was back than McAllister because anybody, just because they're more likely to get in the way than him, rather than he'd be throwing himself to the floor pretending he's hurt instead, if he even gets near enough because he's
All
so
right.
slow.
Do you think he stays in the summer, beyond summer, Maka?
I don't think that's that the plan isn't for him to stay, but you never know, do you? I don't think he will, but
I don't think he will either. And you know, listen, I know you're not the biggest fan, but I think he's been okay. He's this is his worst season for sure.
I see. I wasn't impressed with him last season. I know everyone raved about him, but he would be terrible in the game. Pop up and score a goal, and everyone would forget that he'd been shite for 89.5 minutes. And that used to annoy me because he wasn't good. He played like 3 good games in the entire season for me,
Yeah, yeah.
and I just don't think that's enough. I just don't. I wouldn't have him. He would be nowhere near my team if it was up to me. He's
To
just
be
not.
honest, man, to be honest, I can't even remember that far back. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast, let alone last season. So,
Oh, I just remember writing the reviews and having to,
oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah,
try
yeah.
not to just rip into him every time because he's, you know what I mean? You have to try and say something different each time rather than just saying, so, it's difficult to try and think of different things to say about people
Because
sometimes.
you could copy it. You could say you could copy and paste basically.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to do that. You want to give something new for people to think
Yeah.
about each time. And that
So
became
we're on.
difficult with him.
Yeah. So we're on a 10-match unbeaten run, but
Mm,
that's where the statistics lie because of course it can be a bit misleading because the Leeds and Fulham draws are in there as well. So those games that we should have won
5 draws.
given the context. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So but listen, we'll take it, right? I mean, it's better than 10 beaten.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, at least the form's looking better, but still, we still don't look good. I mean, the amount of points we've got and we're fourth is like shocking. How bad is the league this season?
Okay, that's a great point because and it leads me to my next point that listen, I think it's fairly undisputable that Klopp is sorry, Freudian slip. Um, don't do that to yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Um, that Slot's going to be here for the season, irrespective of results, probably, right? I mean, he'll have to do, I don't know, five. He'll have to lose five on the bounce to get five, probably, something like that.
Another bad
But
run like we had in November.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, and there was talk about Slot saying that he always plays with wingers, but he hasn't got them at his disposal this time. So he can only use what he's got.
What's Gakpo's a winger? Salah was a winger. Frimpong's a winger. Bradley can play as a winger. I don't see that at all. He could have made. He's just not made good use of what he's got for me. I don't. I think it's just excuses rather than accepting that he's messed up. He's got the tactic. He's got the tactics all wrong from the start of the season.
But should our chagrin be with some? Okay, I understand Slot is in charge of tactics. That's how the team plays. But shouldn't our chagrin, some of it, be with Hughes and Edwards, who recruited the players?
Yeah, I can see that, but well, I don't think either of them are in the right role anyway. They shouldn't be at the club,
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
opinion. So you're preaching to the choir there. I think all three of them have. I know they brought us a league title, so we should be able to say brilliant, they're fantastic, but you can't because they've shown that it's like, yeah, it's clearly not the way they wanted to play and not the players they want to sign, and that it's not
Yeah.
their, their building for the future is turned out to be just like pay top dollar for any Tom, Dick, and Harry that wants to join, rather than like, you know what I mean? There's no real plan to it, is there?
So you don't think this transfer window will get a right back, say like a Javonte Reed, or a centre back, say Mark Guehi, or a left winger, say a Yan Diarmid?
All three
Not
desperate
saying
to
those.
join, and then there's Malik Fofana desperate to join as well. We could have all four of them without, like that. All four of them want to join.
Fafana's injured though, isn't he, for the season?
Yeah, but I'm saying, we could have had him in the summer. I
Yeah,
should have said. You know what I
yeah,
mean? There's
yeah.
there's plenty of players we could have had extra that we needed, and they didn't sign it out.
But if they don't make any, look,
They've
forget
got to
these
do
players.
so.
Like,
Yeah, they've got to do something because we desperately need a centre back. We can't have Canate still there by the rest of the
you said the
season.
K word. You said the K word.
Oh, sorry.
But they have to know that. Forget the Champions League this season. The Champions League for next season is in jeopardy if we don't
Mm,
make some signings or a signing, a centre back signing that can play right back maybe. Because who we got? We've got Ramsey and Gomez now, right? And Gomez needs to cover for the back. So we really are down to bare bones.
yeah, Frimpong, who we need to play up on the right wing. Jones,
Yeah,
Szoboszlai, well, we can't put them in because we need Szoboszlai playing in midfield. And Jones is just not a right back, is he? Let's be honest.
yeah, and then who's covering centre back? It's Joe Gomez, and Joey's always 2 or 3 games from away from an injury.
And
So
not just that, you're playing him at right back where he's got to cover more ground. So a player that's injury prone, you put him in a position that puts more stress on their body. That just makes no sense. He should be
yeah,
playing in the centre if he plays. We shouldn't keep using him as a right back. He's not a right back. He's a centre back.
why doesn't he trust him at the back though? I don't understand it. I mean, Konate's not had the best of seasons. He should have been.
Is that the biggest understatement you've ever made?
Yeah,
Good
but
luck.
Konate was good against Arsenal.
Oh,
I thought he was very good against Arsenal.
was he, or did he just not have anything to do because they never really attacked?
I don't know about that, but what about Gabriel's last head of the game? I thought that was in, to be honest with you. I can't believe he missed that. What an
Oh,
absolute travesty that would have been. That would have been a massive miscarriage of justice if that had gone in.
oh, that was so close. Oh, it's such.
He just missed. I think he closed his eyes and hit it and headed it instead of opening eyes and headed it.
Yeah, it's not like him as well because he's normally lethal from in the air.
Absolutely, yeah. Last kick head of the game that was.
Yeah,
The whistle went straight after that header.
of all the players you'd want if you were an Arsenal fan, you'd want that ball to fall to. I'm sure every single one of them would have chosen Gabriel.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, and then to have that happen is just such a shock.
You should have seen Medueke when he saw it didn't go in. He was going absolutely. He couldn't believe it. He was rolling around the floor. He couldn't believe it, disbelief.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we've got to make a signing because top four isn't guaranteed this season.
well, no, it's a tough one. I mean, who knows what United will be like under their new manager? Holy, so there's got this guy.
Did he get the job? Did he get the job?
Not yet, but but he've interviewed him, so it looks. I mean, who else is there?
It's Fletcher and Carrick. Sorry,
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be Ollie because as an interim, he's
I
fine for
think
an
Carrick.
interim.
I think they've interviewed Carrick as well for the role of
Yeah,
interim.
yeah, and Fletcher. But either way, it doesn't matter. Whoever it is, they're only doing it for a few months, and all they've got to do is get the players behind them, haven't they? And
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It's
and
like,
anything can happen. Yeah,
yeah, you
exactly.
can get lucky. It doesn't matter if you're not the best team in the world. If the players are with you,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
make a huge difference. Yeah. And then
gotcha.
there's, obviously we're not, Villa are ahead. We're not likely to catch them. So, unless we're really going well, in which case we're not worried about fourth anyway. If we finish above Villa, we're not worried about fourth because we're top three. So, which
Yeah, there's five. I think there's five this season, isn't there? 5 places in the Champions
possibly
League.
it depends.
Yeah,
It's not settled yet, but it could be five.
right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. All right,
Um,
mate.
yeah. I mean, we've got to, we've got to do something. We can't be negligence to let it go. I mean, you just can't imagine it. Just can't. I mean, what happens if Kanate picks up an injury as well? He's injury prone. How many's he had in his career?
Maybe it would be prudent to just pull out a loan or something for the rest of the season.
I wonder
I
if
can see
Kabak's
that.
available. Oh, what about Stephen Corker? Oh no, we need
Oh
him. We
my
might need him
God.
to play up front. Like,
No, that was I
oh,
still can't get over that one.
I mean, Maybe that Phillips is available. Get him
Who?
back, that Phillips. Get him back on loan from West Brom for the rest of the season.
We got Reece Williams still there, haven't we?
Oh, don't even go there. Oh, hell, I'd rather you played than him. Well, he is all that's wrong with football. Him, he's one of the ones that they gave him. That's one of the biggest annoyances. One of my biggest bugbears is that lad set for life for being a shite footballer just because he had a few weeks when he was playing alongside him and Nat Phillips were playing there, and they did well, but it was because the team played well. It wasn't because he was any good. He's terrible.
I remember
Oh.
that game against United when Nat Phillips and he did the Perlo turn on. Who did he? He
Oh, you're on
Perlo
about
turned.
AC
Oh no,
Milan
the
when he
AC
did the
Milan. That's
Cruyff
it, AC
turn. Yeah,
Milan. Cruyff turn on Perlo. That
yeah,
was
in the
it.
box. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
that
it.
was. They were a great few weeks. I tell you,
Yeah,
everybody
it's
was behind.
fantastic.
They
Yeah,
were brilliant those few weeks, man.
yeah, yeah. That was because everyone got together. It
Yeah,
brought together. But to give him a huge contract on the back of it, Edwards, hang your head in shame on that one. We're still fucking stuck with him because of it, and he's not. He's
mate.
not League Two level. Let's be honest.
That's what Klopp does. That's the Klopp effect, mate.
Oh, he
That's the
brought the
Klopp
best out of
effect.
him. Yeah.
It's the Klopp effect.
Mm.
Listen, I think we should leave it there
Yeah.
because if I talk about Klopp, it's going to be I just can't. I just can't
It's
get
right.
dewy
Yeah.
eyed and sentimental.
I have to go when I go and watch these. Their manager Paulo Sousa is very like Klopp light. Let's put it that
Really?
way. Oh, the fan, he's got that same rapport with the fans and the players.
Yeah.
He plays a team. They're a team of kids mostly. They're 21, 22, 23-year olds. Most of the players. I mean, that
Who's their
Eagle
star
Jesus
player?
was Eagle Jesus was, the Forest striker. He was
Yeah.
there for 4 years, like, and that, and obviously he's only still young now. Like, he's gone back. Yeah, the star players. Cantabria is one of the few older ones. The captain. They've got a couple of older heads, and then there's Bala as
Yeah.
well, who's the other one, winger. But
Okay.
it's very, I mean, even the crowds, you just hear, somebody just shouts out Paulo, and everyone just goes Sousa like that, and they
Yeah.
absolutely adore him. And it's very like Klopp. He's got that Klopp, where the players, he tells them go over and celebrate with the fans after every game and that. And all that, you know what I mean? Everything you see about him, you just think he's so like Klopp. It just gives you that Klopp-like feeling when you're
Really?
watching.
Yeah.
It just
Is
brings
it?
it back, It's really nice to see because you just remember those times.
I I I sometimes go on YouTube and just stalk him on YouTube. Like just watch watch interviews and I just it's very troubling, to be honest with you. It's that we haven't got Klopp at our club anymore. It's just it just really really it gets to me sometimes.
All good things
I
come to
miss
an
him.
end, unfortunately.
I miss him. I miss him
I'm
a
you.
lot, a hell of a lot. I mean, he was everything that you could want in your manager and your leader.
Mm,
I mean, literally, the old cliche of people would go through brick walls for him.
mm. And it doesn't matter, even when we had a bad season, everyone still loves him. No matter how bad we played, you still love Klopp, and you just he could get away with anything basically.
In all the year, no, up until he announced his resignation, nobody ever even uttered Klopp out. Never. It just wouldn't. Irrespective of the results and everything, nobody would ever say the words Klopp out. After his resignation, that's when you know people started damning him a little bit. But before, nobody had dared do it before that because we had the best in the world.
Yeah, he was perfect for us. He just suited the club, and that's what I think is the problem with Slot. And I say he just he doesn't get the Premier League, and he doesn't get Liverpool for me.
Yeah. Well, listen. To say he doesn't get the Premier League after he wins a title in his first
Yeah,
season.
but I mean, you watch the team; he's not learnt the right lessons, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't get it because if he'd have got it, he'd have just gone on from there. He's not
I
built on
think.
it. He's taken us backwards.
I still think he'll make a very, very good manager for somebody else in the
Mm,
Premiership.
possibly.
I think he's learned his lessons from his first season, even though we won the Premiership. He's definitely going to learn. Listen. There's no doubt he's an intelligent guy. There's no doubt. There's a lot of football nous up there. A lot of football savvy.
Yeah, but
You
I
know?
don't think he's going to ever change his view that it's all about technical players and he doesn't want anybody with any bite. That's for me. That's always. I think that's always going to be his problem. That's why he'd be better on the continent. He'd be great. But I think he's just too. His teams are too soft.
Gotcha. Grims. Who we got tomorrow? Grimsby.
Barnsley.
Yeah. Same meat, different gravy, I suppose.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
It's both. Where are they? What division are they in?
Oh shit! Are they League One now? Oh, I don't know.
I think Ramsey will get a game.
I think he's got to play. He's surely got to put out a reserve team because he can't fucking risk anybody, can he?
Jones will play, I think. I think Ekitike will play, though. I think he needs some fitness. He's already said Dan's ain't playing. He's well off. Dan's is way away
League
from...
One, yeah. League One.
Yeah, well, that's a decent standard.
Yeah. Yeah. We should be able to beat them, easily, but... Yeah, Dan, right. What he said he'd been overtrained as a kid. That one annoys me. No, it's they've been mistrained as a kid. Not overtrained. It's not too much training. It's the wrong type of training, putting the wrong stresses and strains on your body. You can train. You can play football all day long as a kid and it doesn't hurt you. But when they say, but when you're training, it's too much. But when we were kids, we were playing all day long.
All day long, all hours and hours.
Never got injuries. I never got, and I used to run I used to run about 20 miles a day every day.
Try doing that now.
No, I couldn't run 20 miles a week.
You ain't got 20 miles in your life, mate.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit past that now. Yeah,
20 miles.
Yeah.
All right, man. On that, I'm going to leave you. 20 miles.
Take care, mate.
All right, mate. Nice one.
Right.
Cheers.
Bye.